Okay, so welcome back to a little bit of an extra for Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall. This isn't one of the alternate endings quite. I might end up having some different ending with Hans. By the way, if you remember, Hans and Algernon were both part of the important people from other areas that were in the end of the part of the council trying to oppose the Universal Brotherhood. So my character is now working for the Lofweir. She might end up, whatevs might end up working with Charming, the way things are going, or against. Algernon hums tunelessly to himself while he fiddles with I didn't talk to him, with one of his many talismans. When he sees you, he smiles broadly. Here she is, Absinthe, the clear-sighted one. To be certain, this dwarf is to be heralded with much praise, Algernon half-dream. Though her release of the great worm will have ramifications, to be sure, this day is full of portents. How did you know about the dragon? A friend. The release of the great worm is of interest to a multitude of beings, and Algernon Half-Dream is among their circle. Things are different now. Different how? Before the next cycle's end, the Feuerschwing worm will speak again with the voice of the maiden. The dancer will spin, the seal will melt, and the calm lake will burn again. This I prophesy. You make it sound like a bad thing. Do not just half-dream. We must be going in soon. Is there something I should know? Where are you going? Machu Picchu. It is in South America. I have business there that has become urgent. It will not be urgent till tomorrow, Half-Dream. You have time to pack up your wares. There is more to it than that, woman. You know it. Goodbye, whatevs. We will meet again, I think, though not for a long time. Okay, I wonder if that's implying that I'm going to live longer than I think I am. Ah, how very propitious it is that we may speak again, O Mistress of Mayhem. I have a proposal for you that could prove most lucrative to us both, if in them, most lucrative. Fortune will surely smile upon our blessed partnership if you will only accept. I am listening, O Master of Hyperbole? With the passing of Herr Emsel, may God bestow his mercy on him, you find yourself without a fixer. I wish to offer my services to you in this regard. You will find that Alto Burgazi is a most connected and business-savvy partner. Sounds like a match made in heaven. Alto, how do we start? I have already found a potential client, O blessed one. A most prosperous one with deep pockets. He is eager to meet you. When you are ready, take the U-Bahn to Brandenburger Tor. He will find you there. As soon as I finish up here, I'll go meet him. Interesting. Of course! That's pretty much exactly. And notice I'm not getting any more PDA buzzes and incoming comms. Sender unknown. Answer it. All too familiar face appears on the screen. She's frowning, a look of incredible sorrow in her eyes. Oh, Ace, you've made a terrible, terrible mistake. You don't frighten me, Apex. No, Alice was frightened. Green Winters blubbered and begged. And in those last fleeting nanoseconds before I cored out her mind, Monica was terrified. If you're not frightened, Ace, you should be. Monica's image's muscles begin to contort and stretch, her mouth twist up into a rictus grin. You really, really should. The comm cuts off, your PDA goes black. That was a threat. Yeah, I've pissed off Apex. We're going to answer these questions a little bit differently. Okay. Claire, never heard of him. Yes, of course, discretion is required. This party wishes to know about your encounter, Dr. Claire. What? Does this interested party understand that information is a commodity? Lady Feuerschwing? Maybe, but let's face it, dragons are scary. This is true as it always has been. He inclines his head and the corner of his mouth curls into a bit of a smile. This is true as it always has been, as is everything that meta-humanity does not understand. You look at a moth for barely perceived sentience. Poor moth. That whole thing. Ooh. I understand enough. The Firewing was a great dragon, and she was insane. Perhaps you would be too if you saw the world through her eyes. The nurturer, struck with rage, regret, same thing as before. You seem to know a lot about dragons, Hans. I think your employer wants you telling me all this. I am sure of it. You may consider this conversation an employment interview for an influential client. One who pays extraordinarily well. Now listen. I don't think so. Who knows what would fill the power vacuum left behind. Indeed, there are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy, things you do not wish to know. Well, on to the business at hand. My employer wishes to secure your team's services for a series of operations that will likely require the remainder of 2024. Sounds interesting. Who's the boss? The boss is the great Dragon Loafer. He is sometimes referred to as the Golden Whim. Perhaps you have heard of him. What makes you think I'm going to deal with a dragon? Because you have already been working for some time now, my dear. Or did you think Green Winters found the Harfeld Manor on his own? Nice try, but I don't buy it. If Lofweir knew what Vauclair was planning, he'd have handled it himself. He would, wouldn't he? I shall have to share that opinion with him. I think that he would be most amused. Allow me to share a truth with you, Shadowrunner. The truly powerful do nothing themselves unless they absolutely have to. Instead, they delegate. Others do the work for them. They reap the benefits. If you doubt my words, consider the outcome of this episode. Vauclair is dead. The virus is gone. Lady Feuerschwing flies free, all to my Lord Lothweir's benefit. With only the tiniest of nudges to set events into motion, he didn't need you to handle the matter himself. You handled it for him. My choices didn't play into any interest of Lothweir's or any other dragons. Underestimating ancient dragons is never wise, Shadowrunner. My Lord Lothweir never makes a move without anticipating the next three. You will not know what his endgame truly is until it has already come to pass, but you can choose whether to be on the right or wrong side of it. Ah, this is my stop. Are you coming? I think I'll go do with the maybe in the 7th world, Hans, but not today. Yeah. As you wish. Auf Wiedersehen. And he closes the door. Brockhouse steps on the platform, glances back at you, the light from the car reflecting yellow in his gaze. The door closes and he is gone. Okay. Let's see. Yep, same thing. This is the same. This is the same. This is the same. I wonder if I had let loose the knowledge of the blood magic, that this would not have happened. But that happens in the actual canon, so who knows. Okay. See you in a little bit. I think we'll end up doing one of the other endings real quick. See you.